Coming at you from Diamond Bee Farm with another video. Well, you know that I am a container crazy person. So today is the day. It's getting colder out, and today's the day that I need to get these containers. This is what we had our onions in, potatoes in. I need to get those cleaned up and get them bedded down for winter. I'd already got some of them cleaned up, but I kind of got maybe a quarter of the way done and then stopped. So come along with me on the process and I'll show you how we clean up our container gardens for the winter. First of all, I know they say not just to cut them off and leave them there, but I like to pull mine up because I plant different stuff in my container gardens. So I'm going to cut all of these up, and actually I'm going to let the chickens kind of pick off the greens and the tomatoes and stuff like that. And I'm going to go ahead and pull mine up and get them cleaned out that way. And I like to loosen up the soil because I cleaned out the rabbit cages, and I'm going to put down a layer of that compost on here along with some straw. So let me get to cleaning.
So I'm just gonna interrupt Mom's video and just tell you why you want to use rabbit manure as to any kind of like cow manure or horse manure. Okay, so your large animals, like everything else but rabbits, and I have not done research, all I know is rabbits, but your bigger animals, it takes their poop a while to actually break down and release those nutrients, whereas our rabbit manure, it does not take that long at all to release its nutrients. So that's why if you have friends that have rabbits, or if you have rabbits, or if you even want to start the little project and have rabbits yourself, that's why we use rabbit manure, because the rabbit manure is just quicker to release, and you don't have to like let it decompose or anything. So I will turn it back over to Mom and you can watch her clean. That's why I love videoing. So I get out of all of the hard work. So see you later. You're doing great.
It also helps whenever you have guard dogs that want to guard you from the chickens. It does. Go around this side. I'm going to go put these into the chickens right quick. I'm telling you, we had some tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to go get me some. That had vines galore. Oh, no wonder. I'm pulling against myself. I forgot to cut off the strings that I done. Okay, so I saved this container for last because I have not dug these sweet potatoes yet. Let's see what we got. That's a potato. That's a snack for one of us. These I'd set out pretty late, so they may not have had time to germinate. And see, I don't think they have. But let's dig around in here and see what we got. Well, that was kind of a bum. Oh well.
Got one.
Got one. But I'm gonna let the chickens peck on it.
Yeah. And shoot. Well.
Oh. Okay. Now then, I'm gonna take me like a scoop of manure. And I am going to kind of put it here on top, kind of spread it out. I don't want to say I'm an OCD type person, but I do like them to be kind of level. And when I'm doing this, I like them all to be kind of where I can get to them. Don't know why, just do. They're going to make a wheelbarrow that you can get your shovel down into really good. So you know you got to be in shape to do gardening. Sometimes I think I'm not. But anyway, I kind of, I put maybe a shovel or two on my containers, which I mean, these are just old mineral buckets that we got from our local co-op. And I didn't mix it in like you would normal soil. Like if you were just starting your, if you were just starting your containers. I put this on top because as it rains and the snow falls on it, and it's going to go to gravity anyway. So I mean, it's going to go throughout our soil over the winter as things, you know, kind of start to break down. See y'all, she does work. It does take a village for all of this up in here.
So now then that we have the rabbit manure kind of mixed into our different container gardens, the special thing about rabbit manure is that it does not burn up your plants as other fertilizers and other manures does. So you can now then plant whatever you want to plant in it. But keep in mind your hard frost date and the days till harvest for your plant that you want to plant, and just keep in mind which plants are frost hardy. So the reason why we are not going to plant anything in these right yet is because we have something or some things special coming that we will then plant our winter crops in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some straw down just as extra compost, and yeah, so I'm just gonna put like a layer maybe about that thick. You just gotta eyeball it, but I'm just gonna let it all have it. And you will get dirty, so don't wear good clothes. And you can also put straw on top of your crops that you plant to help retain moisture and keep in heat. So with the frost coming, this would be very good. And you got to get it flat or your mother will come and get onto you for not doing it right. So I'm going to finish the rest of these and then Mom will come back and tell you the rest.
Okay, now then our beds are cleaned out, our manure's down, and we have put down like a layer of straw, which is kind of like you sowing a cover crop. It protects your soil all winter, and it also kind of lets your soil recharge. So that's why we did this, so that when in the spring, we will just either dig and plant, or we will move the straw and put it in our compost. Our compost is our big garden. That's where we normally put everything, and because Kevin just tills it right under. And I want to show you my big surprise. I found this. I didn't think we were going to have any cucumbers this year. We saved some seed earlier on, but this one has kind of ripened on the vine, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's all the way hollow, but it's pretty hollow. I'm going to go put this on my straw so that I can save the seed, because we really enjoyed these cucumbers this year. So now is the time to get your perennials in the ground. And I have some perennials that were in pots that I want to keep, but I also want this bed to be a herb bed. So some things that are perennials are like lemongrass. I wish we had smell-o-vision, because this smells absolutely wonderful. We have lemon thyme, which is a perennial. We have these two. What was this one? I can't remember what that one was. What was it?
You left the thing in the pot up there.
You know, always keep these, because I am the world's worst about forgetting, and these help me remember. So anyway, and we have this one.
African blue basil.
African blue basil is not a perennial.
It is. I
Oh,
looked
guess
it up.
African blue basil. I didn't think that was that. But anyway, this is what I'm going to plant in here to preserve as my winter crop. After I get these planted, I am going to put my straw over the top of it, and this bed will be done as well. I'm going to have to remove my coat because I'm having a hot flash. And you know, I'm going to have Haley just pan around just a minute, or stop and turn. I want y'all to see how here in Tennessee, the trees are starting to turn. And are they not absolutely gorgeous? They are starting to be really pretty.
I hope that spreads.
Me too, because it smells so good.
Aren't you lucky it's by your window?
I love it. It's going to be pretty, and it's going to be absolutely pretty. And another thing, if you have more lemon thyme, plant it all together so that, I mean, I'm really bad about, okay, well, I've got lemon thyme over here. I'm going to put some over here to kind of make it look even. But in reality, you really need to plant it together.
Because a lot of these perennial herbs will self-seed and spread. Like your mint is really good / bad at self-seeding and spreading, because I feel like you cannot kill mint. Mint just grows and grows and grows. I'll go show them our other bed. So this is our other herb garden, where we have some more lemongrass back there. We have the toothache herb right here. And then we have some chocolate mint. So all of these are perennial. I am starting to learn a little bit about what each plant does. I know the toothache plant is really awesome, because you can use its little flower right here, and it will like numb your mouth. So whenever you have a toothache, it's really good for kind of easing your pain. You're doing great, making it look so good.
As you can see how this one was? They were getting root bound anyway. So, it's probably good. And, you know, we have so many, I can't remember, our hard frost is supposed to be like on the the 27th maybe. So that'll give these maybe a week or two. I mean, usually here, I mean, it's been so warm and it's supposed to be in the 80s tomorrow. It will give these a chance to kind of take root. So all I'm doing is just kind of busting up the roots a little bit and digging me a hole. And look, some more lemongrass. I wonder if I can plant that out. I'll have to try that. Best form of therapy, to sit here and dig.
And smell your herbs.
These herbs
smells very good.
Smell absolutely divine.
What you got there?
I had sweet potatoes in here, and y'all saw the video of the sweet potatoes. I'm still getting more sweet potatoes. Love sweet potatoes. I will leave it here for compost. And you know, if you don't have straw, excuse me, if you don't have straw, you can use grass clippings. You can use sticks. If you want to go, I know I'm really bad about going to Lowe's or a home store. And if they have open bags of mulch, I'll ask and see if they'll take, you know, what they'll take for them. You can use mulch. I'm not putting down any manure in these beds because I freshened up these beds at the beginning of spring. So I just really want to preserve all this soil. So after I get all these planted, I am going to put down straw so that it doesn't, so that everything kind of has a blanket on it. I feel like such a bad parent, especially whenever I dump out some of my pots. I mean, look how root bound. No wonder it didn't get big and bushy. So I'm really hoping I'm not doing it bad.
I think it's really gonna like its new home right here. Our African blue basil. We need to go get more of that because that's really pretty.
It's really.
At first, I really thought that was lavender, but it ended up being the blue basil. I'm really glad that we keep our little things.
Okay, and something else I'm gonna do so that it can be giving its energy to the roots. I am going to cut off some of these.
Yep, I think that is a good idea, and we can also save those. We can
harvest these.
Yeah,
so we will put
even though so this is just my thing because I have been reading on a lot of different herbal sites and herb stuff. I'm letting the majority of our herbs and just the majority of the plant kind of grow up this first year, mainly because I do want it to be a big strong plant whenever the time comes. So that's why everything looks like it still has stuff on it, is because it does. Because we've not picked anything. I have just let it basically grow. All right.
Okay, I think that's a little better. It fits in there better. And maybe, just maybe,
it will.
I'm not too happy with that. Bring it on over just a little bit.
Bunny.
So now then, I'm going to spread me some straw. And I hope this is enough straw to do both beds. I think it should be. Save a little bit. And after all that, you can call your beds winterized.
Get back there.
Huh?
Get your lemongrass.
I am. Get my lemongrass. try to get the straw kind of up and around the plant too. Just because, I mean, if I want a blanket, I think a blanket should be all up on me. So, kind of think that about my plants too.
Put a handful right there.
Okay.
Looks good.
Looks wonderful.
Looks good, Cindy Lou Who.